Hello, hello, hello. Wednesday night, money time, money time. Rock and come into the money classroom. Opening up the doors, I see people are coming in. The classroom doors are open. Class is back in session. I'm excited to see you all tuning in. We have a very exciting discussion tonight. Again, look here. We're talking about business and knowing your numbers in your business, because no more than ever it is critical. If you now watch your thing, it will get technical. So we have to talk about exactly how do you watch your money in your business. I see my star student, Anicia. Hello, Anicia. Good evening, good evening. Always here, first in the class. She did it. She's up there. She's at the front of the class. First in every week. Love that, Anissa. I really, commend you on your dedication. Right? Lots happening for you. And I'm very excited to see you grow and build wealth. Roger, Philly in the house. Big up yourself. Welcome to Money Classroom. All right, guys. The doors are opening. People coming in. It's a Wednesday night. This is where we talk about money. This is where, you're on that journey to financial success, and you get to the next level really by tuning in every week to Money Classroom. For those who are new here, I am Keisha Bailey, aka Keisha the Teacher. Keisha the Teacher. I am here to help you to take control of your money and transform your financial future. Now, I spent nearly 2 decades as a portfolio manager, where I was managing over $100 billion for some really, really wealthy people. Them did rich. But, I realized something very important, that I wanted to be able to use my expertise to help people like you unlock your money potential and to reach new levels of wealth. Because let's face it, these type of discussions aren't really hard. Where you can go and sit down and have a real discussion about money with other experts. No, it's not there, but best believe the wealthy people are doing it. So I wanted to create a space for us to just sit down and talk about money and talk about making more money. So if you're just starting an investing journey, you are in the right place. This is it. Money Classroom is designed to get beginner investors to the next step of their journey. We break down basics about money. We teach you how to grow your money, and we help you make smart, simple moves with your money. So grab out your money book, take it out, take notes, because of course we have another engaging episode for you where we learn poly. So whether you want to build wealth for yourself or your family, or even for future generations, Money Classroom is the place to be. You're going to get all the tools and knowledge you need. Also, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to our channel, people, hit the button. Let the algorithm know what's going on over here, so we can get other persons as well to share in the knowledge and to build wealth as well. We want to make sure that we have a big community. We want to make sure that, you have a money friend, because it can be lonely when you have a lot of money. It can be lonely. So we want some friends. We want some money friends coming in. Ingrid, big up yourself from Bull Bay. Hey. Also, Lanestra, checking in from Portmore for sure. Nice. Love that. Welcome, guys. Excited. Drop in the chat. Let me know where you come from. Let me know where you join from. I love seeing y'all representing from where you're coming from. So let me know. Drop it in the chat as you go through. All right. We are going to have a very special message now from Profit Jumpstarter Academy. Are you ready to finally start investing and grow your wealth, but you don't know where to begin? The Profit Jumpstarter Academy has everything you need to level up your money game. So stop guessing with your money and start investing with confidence. We offer several Power Pack courses for beginner investors just like you. We have our Jamaican stock market course, our international stock market course, our get out of debt course, or real estate investing course. Tons of education to get you to that next level on your wealth building journey. And here's the best part. In addition to the education, you also get to be a part of a community of like-minded investors, your very own money squad to support you on your wealth building journey. And on top of that, you receive myself, Keisha Bailey, global financial expert, aka Keisha the Teacher, as your very own tutor along your wealth building journey. So don't wait. Click the link to join the Profit Jumpstarter Academy right now and grab your membership. Let's start building wealth together. Love that. Love that. The logo will build well together. I say it can be lonely with money. You want some money friends. You want to be a part of a money community. That's really how you get to that next level. And when you think about it, for you to be able to build what you need, education. You're not gonna figure it out on your own. As much as you come in money classroom every week, there's a whole other level to the game. There's more information, more education that you're going to need to succeed financially. So come inside the Profit Jumpstarter Academy. I could boss you up on the thing. I could show you how the real money is made because I want you to be wealthy. Really, 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 I do. So come on, boss it. All right, Diplomat from ATL. What is it? ATL. Welcome. And Marsha representing from the West. Sab, big up yourself. Rohan saying good night, Keisha the teacher. Good night, Rohan. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we are going to be talking tonight about how to master your numbers, especially for my business owners out there. You need to know your money to protect your money. See, know your money to protect your money. It's very important. And, even for my persons who are in the 9 to 5 world, in the corporate world, it's very important to understand how numbers work as well and to keep track of your money every month, both to protect it and also to grow it. So tonight we are going to be joined by a very special guest to have this discussion about mastering your numbers. I'm bringing on a super accountant doing thing, right? And I tell you, we only bring experts in here. No peke peke, weke weke. People, we only bring people who know them thing because I want you to get all the education and information that you need to be successful with investing. So Julio Dawkins is an innovative and driven professional with over 15 years of experience in business development and accounting. He focuses a lot on revenue growth techniques, accounting and record keeping, and he is very good with customer service, which you will see. He has an MBA with a specialization in international business and marketing from the Mona School of Business. And he has his own company, ARCA Associates, which focuses around bookkeeping using QuickBooks, tax complication, payroll, all kind of thing. And he has graciously accepted our invitation to be on with us tonight inside Money Classroom to teach you about how to master your numbers. So welcome, welcome, Julio. Hello, welcome to
Hey,
Money Classroom.
hi Keisha, thank you for having me. And hello to all your money people in there.
Money people,
That
yeah,
is
money
doing.
people to money people. Big up yourself. Welcome,
Big up
welcome,
yourself.
welcome.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
so we are gonna have a discussion about mastering your numbers. But
Yeah, man.
before we jump into everything, Julio, I introduced and I gave the little stocious intro. I always do this where if we get the nice, pretty intro, but tell us something when I really in that bio there. Be real. Make we know really who is Julio.
All right. Well, my first business was selling bag juice to the footballers after Sunday when I
When them
was
say
8
man
years
not
old.
drink bag juice from base.
Well, at that time, at that time, I made the Kisco, bagged it up, went and I sell it on the football field. That was my first business at 9 years old. Um,
Nine. So
at
you're rich.
nine.
You're well wealthy.
Well, wealthy.
From
But
nine, yeah, do the thing. That's good.
yeah, so one of the things that I tell people when it comes on to entrepreneurship and business, you have to just continue. You can't stop, and it's a forever evolving process. It's not going to happen overnight. It has to be brick by brick. So I think to me, most people wouldn't expect me. Oh, they won't do themselves there. No, that's beneath him. No. And then the next business was selling music CDs in high school, even
Yeah.
paying bills at the house. So it is always a journey. It doesn't start yesterday or it doesn't start today. But even if it does start yesterday or today, you must never stop.
So I mean,
Yeah.
coming from bag juice to bookkeeper, or bag juice to businessman to entrepreneur, right?
Right.
Think about it. 9 years old. Them days, probably common entrance time. I don't know if that was your era. Common
Yes, it
entrance
was.
time.
It was. It
You got
was.
sell bag juice.
Yeah, man. I still
And you're
about juice
pushing
from
out there
there.
because you say you made the bag juices yourself. They were
I did.
self-made juices.
I did, and put even a touch of lime in it because the guys like the lime after the football game.
So you put some lime with us to make it taste good.
Yeah, man. So with moving, as I said, at every stage I was always trying to do business. And I understand that from doing business, you need to know your numbers in order to go back to market. I can't. This is how I figure out that, listen, well, I need to know my numbers. How do I ensure that when I'm going back to purchase the raw materials, when I'm going back to purchase CDs, I need the money to do it. And that now kind of made me engage with the numbers and try to understand how to ensure that I always have
Yeah.
one.
Because I mean, if you're going from you're selling the bag juice, you have to make sure that you have enough money for go buy back items. So if you buy more bag, buy
Correct.
more lime, since
Buy
you're
more
to the
line.
turn up with the
Yeah, man.
lime.
Yeah, man.
Buy more lime, the
Yeah,
sugar, everything, but make by the bag
correct.
juice, right? And to keep going. Now, we talk a lot about building wealth over here. That's our thing, right?
Yeah.
Inside Money Class, we're very big on the wealth creation.
Yeah.
So give me your story from bag juice to
Yeah,
businessman.
yeah, man.
What were
Definitely.
some of the big lessons that you learned along the way?
One of the big lessons that I learned is don't confuse profit with revenue. And
So yeah,
what,
we define that first. What
all
is a
right.
revenue and
So,
what is a profit? Because you gone in
so
the accounting world. We have to
yes,
make sure everybody on the same page here.
definitely. So, what it is that revenue is what you earn by selling your product. Profit
Yeah.
is what after the revenue when you remove your expenses, and we know we have fixed expenses and then we have variable expenses. But once we remove those expenses and the money that is left, that is profit. Sometimes
Mhm.
people see the revenue and think that that is profit without understanding that they need to pay their bills first. So sometimes, we kind of confuse that a bit, and or we say, sure, what business people tend to do is to say, all right, so the revenue is coming, so I can do this or I can do that until,
It
you know what I
dry
mean?
up. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and a lot of business people try to do that. They call it juggling. But at the same time, you have to be cognizant that, listen, this is not the prudent way to do it. You will end up in problems eventually. So therefore, it's best for you to be disciplined. And that's what I learned when I started. Probably next thing that I did was to buy and sell cars. So
Yeah, oh,
a
you
group,
know
a group,
what?
a group of members, friends, went together, and I must commend my friends. My friends were brave. They were willing. We were willing, and went and we kind of go in the field of buying and sell cars because as young men, you understand cars, and we pool resources together, and we went at that, and all of us learned lessons from it. I think it was we made more money than we lost, without a doubt. So I must say that the different types of business gives you an
Different.
idea of what to
No,
take
but
on.
so when you talk about don't confuse revenue and profit,
Mhm.
the reality of it though, Julio, is that you're in business to make money to pay your bills, to make a
Correct.
life, right? So yeah, sell and you get the
Mhm.
money, but life is life. Bills have to pay
Life is
along the
life.
way. And
Yes.
for a lot of business owners, I know this because I work with a lot of them, because
Mhm.
life is lifing. Once the money
Mhm.
come in, it
Mhm.
already pencil out, it mortgage out, it's
Mhm.
due. So it just a in for go back out. And thank God that something are coming so we can get to pay the bills. A lot of business owners don't get that flexibility. Say, let me step back and budget. Let me plan and
Yeah. Yeah.
think about my profitability. We're teaching about that now tonight with Money
Mhm.
Classroom, but the reality of it is that life is lifing. So how can entrepreneurs or even just anybody, whether 95 or entrepreneurs, how can we think about our monthly budget? We're making our money. Some people get the money once a month, some people get it every fortnight, some people running their business, they get daily sales. But how can we think about budgeting and we think about our expenses so we end up with a profit?
Write it down. So one of the
Write
key
it down.
write it down. One of the key things about running a business and bookkeeping is, of course, record keeping. And what I encourage people to do, you may not have an Excel software at the same time. write it down. When you have things on paper and it's coming from that paper and it's coming off at you, you're able to have a more clearer mind in terms of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Now, the reality, what I'm going to tell most business people and what I'm going to tell most entrepreneurs is that our job is to go into business to aim to grow revenue, right?
To make
Your
money.
main aim is innovation to grow your revenue.
So what that mean? How that work?
All right.
You're saying we have to innovate to grow revenue. How we do that?
Mhm. All right. So, for example, if you want to know about business, the first thing you do is subscribe to Keisha's Money Club. Now you're going to have that a part of your expense to know that, listen, I'm spending this amount on Keisha's class because I know I'm going to make it back X time.
And
You have to invest in
look here,
yourself.
Julia, money I make over here now. I have some clients on
I
tonight, we
know
can call them name,
you
but they
can
know
call them
themselves.
numbers.
We're about money. People come in, they say, Keisha, I want to buy a house. Boom, we're going to buy the house. Keisha, we want some
Mhm.
real estate investment. Boom, we're going to do it. We want to grow our
Definitely.
money in the stock market. Boom. We're talking now about building wealth with business. So I like that you
Mhm.
say, you have to be innovative.
And innovative involves investing in yourself. Innovative involves investing in yourself. Innovative
Never say it.
involves
God didn't
going
say
out,
it. Because some people don't
and
believe me when we
understand.
tell them.
It involves people going out and understanding what it takes to be on top of your game. Not just saying, all right, I'm going to do this business, I'm going to whatever. Of course, it involves marketing, it involves you going out there selling your product, selling yourself, selling your business. So, when I mean innovation, it means even a product that you're selling. How can I make this product better than the others? So innovation is not just limited to the product. It's not just limited to marketing. It's also involves yourself. It also involves your team. Or can my team get better? And you're going to say, oh, but Julio, I don't have the money. Listen, what I would say is that in order to receive, you have to spend. You have to invest. And even though it seems daunting at first, I must say a good investment over time with hard work, there is always a reward in my experience. You know what I mean? And it's better for you to invest early in yourself.
I'm going to tell you
Right?
something, Julio. So last week we had on David Mullins, right? And he bust way around the whole Warren Buffett philosophy around value investing and how he's approaching his business. And from the man talk, I've been gobbling up everything Warren Buffett. I watch YouTube, I buy the book. I hope everybody bought the book. So I buy the book and I read it, and
Right.
it's these same principles that are being taught that we have to be in it for the long term.
Correct.
Another quick thing win, right? It's having a strategy, sticking it out for the long term, especially when you think about your business is not a here today, gone tomorrow.
Definitely.
There are principles that run. And so you talk about tracking your numbers, write it down. Enough
Mhm.
people don't do that, right? I
Mhm.
know some clients, they say, boy, Keisha, the grace of God, the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide, it's a go work out. And the reason they say that is because they're afraid. Some people honestly afraid of confronting their financial situation. Because if they write it down, them got
And
in a
then see it.
depression.
And then see the figures like, oh my God, what have I
You
done? Why am I looking
feel
at this number? Why am I wasting time here? Let me go and just get back into a job and just stay and or listen, I have a job here, let me just focus on that. But I mean, all right, so there are a couple of things that I will tell people when it comes down to challenges that you are going to
Mhm.
face. And Julio's philosophy in business is what can go wrong will go wrong.
Best it
But
goes wrong.
but you need to be ready. And in order to be ready, you need to edify yourself. So we started with the revenue versus profit. Then we're talking about inconsistent record keeping. Now you will have to make sure that you keep your records on time in light of whatever is going on around you. Whether it is good or bad, you have those records to know where you're coming from in order to know where you're going. All right. One of the biggest problems I think for Jamaican entrepreneurs that I've seen in my experience is that they micromanage. And there's two problems that happen when they micromanage.
They
One, is that they focus heavily on manual versus automation process. So they get very manual with everything. So everything is manual by the book. And in order to innovate, you need to have automated processes that involves,
Automate. Yeah. So,
yeah.
automate things. What software people can use if they go
All right.
automate?
So one of the softwares which I promote heavily is QuickBooks. I'm a QuickBooks Pro advisor, and I've seen on QuickBooks for any size businesses has definitely moved
Where?
people from a simple status of knowing, okay, income revenue, but also can manage cost centers, also which revenue is growing better. So I find out that having a software, for example, QuickBooks Online, helps persons to can dig down and drill down deeply in your number. And without a doubt, it helps individuals to understand, say, once I get all this information in here, I can be able to better make decisions going forward.
Yeah, so I've this whole thing, from last week when David come on and be a research I'm doing, I tell you. And I am seeing more and more that we're in a data age. We're in a
Mhm.
data age.
Yeah,
When I was growing up, an Encyclopedia Britannica was the thing. Anything you need to know, go down at Tamred.com, go Encyclopedia Britannica.
definitely.
No, when you go down there, you have to pay for photocopy the page where you want, and you have to write out, that little section there where you want to learn.
Definitely.
And after a while, from the Encyclopedia Britannica, it now become platform. It was
Hmm.
MySpace, it was
Hmm.
Facebook account, and so wealth was for the people who own the platforms. The Mark
Hmm.
Zuckerberg, those people were the ones where I kill it, right? The
Right.
Microsoft, Bill Gates,
Definitely.
they're the
Yeah.
wealthy one. But we are transitioning now into a data era. You
Data is
see
the highest
companies
currency
like
now.
Nvidia, OpenAI, them are on the place. Those companies, they're in the business of data. Nvidia
Hmm.
supply the chips for data processing, and
Hmm.
OpenAI is around data analytics. Is data
Right.
is the future. So if we are there in the dark ages, just we not really know where going, where it gets eat up. We are going to get eat up. And
Definitely.
my grandmother saying, who can't hear or go feel? Who
Hmm.
can't hear or go feel?
Definitely.
This is real talk because the world is changing right now in a 2024. If OpenAI can get how much billions of dollars for data,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's where the world headed. And so we have to roll with the times. We have to roll with the times.
You have to.
It's very important to understand the numbers. Whether you get paid, you have to have a budgeting app, right? And maybe you can tell us about budgeting apps we can use in our personal life. And then
Hmm.
you say on the business side, we have to use QuickBooks now to know our numbers. So what could we use on the budgeting side?
All right. So sometimes I don't want to get everybody bogged down now. But there are various budgeting apps on your Play Store or your Apple Store. The important thing about budgeting apps is that if you are able to write down your numbers and
Yeah.
then also translate those numbers into something that is tangible in terms of I would say predictions of the future. You have to be real with the predictions. So if you know you're not making, if you know you're making, if you know you're making 100,000 today, right? You have to say to yourself, all right, how can I drive that revenue to 120, then to 130, to 150? You can't say, okay, I'm making 100, so I need to make 200 next week. No, be realistic with the expectations. Take your time,
Yeah.
be true to yourself, and then build those blocks. But then, as I said, what's the problem is that persons don't make that 200 the next week and they just stop,
Yeah, that
right?
happened. All right,
And
what
then,
it's hard with the budgeting apps is boy, it's rough to track the numbers. Like me eat a patty, me have to type it in. Lord, me buy
mhm,
a juice, me have to type it in. Oh, me never
mhm,
remember last week. Me they go do my nails and she take
and
cash,
the
you know,
type of
use
thing.
card, so me not remember. So it's hard to document it. And
And
that's a turn off.
and QuickBooks can also set up for personal. And
Really?
yeah, you have a lower tier subscription. So Julio, why would I pay a subscription for $17? I'm saying, okay, don't buy that lunch for 2.5 for the month, and you can pay that
No,
subscription. Just
I'm
don't
telling
buy it once, and you can pay that subscription once for the month. So I'm saying, what is value to you?
yeah.
And you have to really take that real conversation with yourself. We're being real here. It's money talks, don't right?
For
Yeah.
me, the broke life not nice. Here, I grew up very poor. Been in the broke life. All the way, I sleep on one bed. Me and my two sisters, them I sleep on bed. Me, I'm not going back there. I'm not. So
Yes, yes, yes.
I take information and I apply it. I
Definitely,
apply. And for
definitely.
me, tracking your money is really what sets you apart because
Correct.
most people do not. Them get pay them on time, and
Hmm.
God have your way. The Lord will, and you don't spend, 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 and
Hmm.
it done.
I
People
can go
are
even
running the
further.
business, and the money come in, you pay it out, in, out, and they here wait the, but me not
Hmm.
pay myself.
So,
My bank
right,
account in
right.
a overdraft.
Hmm.
Creditor call me, loan man. We don't want to live like that.
And I must say that, for example, like software like QuickBooks, if you have an NCB account, the feed is automated. You
It
can
connect
see,
to the NCB account and pull it in.
pull all the information.
So just NCB alone or everywhere, every bank.
No, so two banks, NCB and Scotia. For
Uh,
now, the Intuit team is working and
no worry,
having
but
other banks
yeah,
coming
the
on
Jamaica, so I
board.
know it will take a little
Yeah,
time, but at
it's
least
going
it
to take a
connect.
time. At least it connects. So it's a draw for persons to go onto the QuickBooks platform because it will help. And it doesn't matter if you have a business or a personal account, it will connect.
Yeah, I
So
like that. I like the approach where even if 9 to 5, you still have to watch your money. You still have to know your
definitely,
numbers. It's not just a
definitely,
business people thing because
definitely.
at one time a month you get paid. It's
Right.
even more tricky and I said more important for my nine to
Mhm,
five people because at one time
mhm.
you have one single cash injection for the month. You have to get it right because if you get it wrong, you have to wait we are next month. Right? You have to
Right.
take your hand, make
Definitely,
fashion. You have to go do things where you probably don't want to do. All kind of things to kind of
definitely,
stretch it to the next month. You don't want that.
definitely. So for me, being in the business of bookkeeping, there are various type of business that I
Yeah.
see use that I implement QuickBooks with. Pharmacies, restaurants, farm store, hardwares, car rentals, event
One day must sell
planners.
clothes.
If you sell clothes, if you sell money, meaning if you have a cambio, if you have any money services, if you there's so many different beautician, there's so many different, and these are all clients that I've worked with. These are all
The
different
nail
types of
tech,
business that I've seen.
hairdresser, everybody. Taxi man, how about taxi man? Because that's
Yes,
a whole other thing.
yeah,
Taxi
yes,
man too.
yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, listen.
Big up
The
to
other
the
day,
taxi man.
about 2 years ago, I met a taxi man who had his card machine. Okay, so you have
Uptown
some
God.
serious business taxi man out there who is saying, yeah, I'm not making a cent leave here today.
Me
So,
like that.
so,
Because a lot of people shy. This is a whole other thing now. People shying
mhm,
away from the bank system because
mhm,
enough people get burned. We see the case with Usain
mhm,
Bolt, and a lot of people don't want their money in a bank. I know of
yeah,
people who them even have transaction limit low, so that
yeah,
nobody can take nothing without me
both of them,
seeing. Them have
yeah,
a transaction limit. I think Scotia does it where you put 5,000 limit. No transaction over 5,000 can go through, and a lot of
mhm,
people
mhm.
don't trust the banks because of what they've seen happen. Right.
Yes,
So when you say the taxi man have car machine, big ups to him. But
mhm,
we the thing with the banks is that it's a system. That's how it works. The money has to
definitely,
flow, and the banks are
yeah,
really the enablers of that flow. The cash is
right,
much harder to flow through. And then in
right,
these days with anti-money laundering and all kind of thing, it's hard for the cash transaction. It's become very, very hard. I went already to
mhm,
the bank and I had to deposit a very large sum of money wrong when
mhm,
it was Build Wealth conference time. And we
right.
deposit the money and my account get locked down. Lock down. Lock,
Whoa,
I was like,
whoa.
I'm depositing. I couldn't understand. I withdraw.
Draw, right, 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 right,
But
right.
me I deposit the money. I locked down and say, look here, where you get this money from, what's the source of it. You have to declare it. You have to go for invoice and receipt and everything to show them. So when I see that, I say, wait for someone who's been in the financial sector long enough, I know
Mhm.
things are,
Yes,
coming down. The
yeah,
regulation is stricter now. So
definitely.
we have to work with the banking system. There's no way around that.
No, we can't get around it. And AML laws, as it comes for everybody. I was speaking to an
Yeah.
attorney the other day, and they are under strict anti-money laundering laws, where they have to ensure that they they show the source of income of their clients. So it's affecting everybody. We are therefore directed to the banking system. So you're saying, okay, but we have incident where this is happening to person's money. The more you focus on what is going on in your account, the more you check your account, the more you get involved with your money, meaning watch it, literally watch it go and come, so that you can track your budgets, you can track everything
Yeah.
else. It will allow you to know exactly what is taking place. And it's like going to the next step now, because we talk about money, we talk about what budgeting, we talk about planning, but then we have to involve the tax man. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. So is my
yeah,
next so Keisha,
yeah,
my next
yeah.
verse
So,
is
as
avoidance versus right. So it's either we are avoidance versus non-compliance.
minimization, I love
So
that
so
word.
so so all right. So minimization.
Minimize.
And I
Yeah,
love that word too. But you cannot minimize your tax burden without knowing your numbers.
true.
It is absolute. It is no. There's no way you can do it. So when a person say, "Oh, yo, I don't want to pay this in tax, now, but I keep numbers," someone says, "So what you mean?" So when the tax man come and tell you that you made $70 million, how can you show him that you didn't make 70 million?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you can be charged anything. You know what I mean? Because you don't have no receipts, you don't have no records, you don't even write on a piece of paper. So it's very important, right, to have your numbers to ensure that you can minimize your tax burden, because that is also key in terms of making your company efficient.
True.
So, so when I tell persons that avoidance is not the best way, but to minimize your tax is the best way, you
Can
know.
work with that.
So people say, if I don't like the word
No, we're not.
avoidance.
Let me just put this. We are
I,
not
I
about
don't.
tax evasion over
No,
here. We are not,
no,
right? We
none at
believe
all.
in tax efficiency, and that can
Hmm.
come by knowing your numbers and work with
Correct,
your accountant. But nobody now
correct.
gonna say, Keisha the teacher, no, no avoiding over here.
Never,
None of that.
no.
We believe in
And
tax
and
efficient wealth creation.
and
Right.
tonight, who is the prefect? So right now, we're not. We're
Right.
not, right? Okay? Because all my clients will tell you it's very important to pay your taxes. It's a civic
Yeah.
duty, it's a part of your compliance as operating in the country. It's very important, all
Yeah,
right?
I think Jack Hero says it's best, prison and a bed of rose. The liberty it makes me ball. Me can't manage prison. I cannot. So
Definitely,
I'm not even going nowhere near not what my name I'm
definitely,
gonna call up for anything with that.
definitely.
Nope, nope, nope.
Then the biggest recommendation I will have, listen, hire a tax, hire accountant, hire a professional. Listen, there are many other times where I have had consultations with people, and they say, "Boy, you can do this,"
Yeah.
and they leave, and then they come.
They'll come back with a letter from the TAJ.
The
The
letter
TAJ,
from the TAJ, right?
but
You know
let
that, right?
the
Yes,
TAJ on top of things, because they also they look at your social media, they
correct.
look at your Instagram. I have even medical clients that, they're doing them private practice, and
Mm-hmm.
TAJ find
Yes,
them and
no.
come page them and say, hey, we have records here and you
Mm-hmm.
owe money.
Right, right. And that's why I said the whole evasion is a no-no. And persons need to understand, in order to ensure your plan better, the help, the consultation of a professional, of an accountant will help you for the next 5 years without a doubt. You can't think that investing in yourself and in your business through a tax professional is not something worthwhile doing because you can do it for yourself. And
True.
I will tell you, your classroom, I'll tell your viewers this. There are many people who have left and I've seen them come back more than I can count, more than I can remember. And they will
No.
say, Julio, boy, you were right. Or they said, boy, Julio, boy, I don't know what happened to me. I said, the
Yeah,
first thing you need
it
to do
is
is
real, man.
accept. You have to accept that you are in charge of your destiny when it comes down to this, so that you can move on. And once you move on and you get that going, and you say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Let me get my numbers in check. Then, therefore, you'll be okay.
Yeah,
Or
so
you'll get
the
a
thing
steady.
is, we're in business for the long run. We're building up our multi-million dollar empire. We have to
Mhm.
end up pay tax. We have to, like
Definitely.
it's a part of it. But you have to be tax efficient. That's the word I love. Efficient. I know the rules, and I know how the rules will work for me. And
Mhm.
you get what you pay for. When you work with an accountant who understand the thing, they will show
Right.
you the thing,
Definitely.
right? So you see, Lannis was saying, I don't evade the taxman, I avoid him legally. Keyword legally.
Legally.
If you know, you know.
If
If
you
you
know,
know,
right,
you know,
right, right.
because that's the
Right,
real thing,
definitely.
right? We're running our business. We have to make sure that we're operating it on the up and up. All right, take a lot down, right? Are you end up
Definitely.
in a prison? The
Definitely.
tax court is a real thing. I know a
It
lot of
is.
people, enough people who end up in tax court for different reasons, right? Some just,
Mhm.
disputing a letter
Mhm.
from the TJ, but others, a lot of them
Mhm.
for non-payment of taxes.
Mhm. Mhm. And I know we're talking here about taxes now. We're talking about, listen, the TAJ, you go in, you speak to them. Do not avoid these people. I,
Them
I
fight the
may
fear.
I may sound like a cynic, but don't avoid them. There
No,
are
man, you see
people
some little
you
one
can
foot,
talk to them.
just come out, flat with people come out. Yeah, hello, hello, here from TJ. Just a
Yeah,
moment, just a moment. They will find you. They will
yeah,
find you. Trust me.
yeah. Yeah, so engage them, have conversations, and they will help you get to a point where you can consistently, you know, be a part of the whole system.
So my thing going
They
up.
don't want to burn you till they can't pay your tax. That's not their job.
Well, yeah, them not. Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
really like them per se. Like, but it's part of the game. That's my
it's
thing,
part
right?
of
I'm
it.
never
Right,
gonna
right,
fully embrace the tax man.
right,
I love
right,
paying my
right, right,
taxes. Not
right,
here, not over here. But I will play by the rules. Make a give you what
Definitely,
you do. But I'm
definitely,
also
definitely.
going to be efficient with it, right? That's
Right,
my
right.
thing on it. No, tax laws are always changing. That's one thing I say. I say in the news,
Mm-hmm,
people talking about come forget some farmer,
mm-hmm.
them giving some refund or something, people can
Right,
get
income
money.
tax recall.
How do I stay up to date? Because I'm in it, I love
Mm-hmm,
my money, I love make money. If free
mm-hmm,
money I give away, me at front
mm-hmm.
of the line. So how can I stay up to date with some of these changes in the tax laws?
All right, so listen, the TAJ has an educational unit, and they also are on social media, and they send out information of these changes, and they send out information of what may happen
Where
in the
them send it
coming
though?
year.
Which one them send it though?
And they have through the GIS, through
That's
their
what I'm
Instagram
asking.
account.
Are you in it?
Yes,
So where
man.
where them send it? Where them
Through
send
the
it?
GIS, the Instagram account, their bulletin on their website, the TAJ website. You can go on the TAJ website and see those changes. I know sometimes people say, but how we never hear about this? If you go on the website, you can see it. If you have a tax portal, you will see it. Now, I mean, they
Yeah,
do
but
send out these
not
information.
so Julie, I hear a line of work, so you're in it. The
And more
average person like
importantly,
myself,
you
I'm not going on the TAJ website.
then then that's
Every once a month, I go and look. Are there any new tax laws? I mean, no, that's not realistic. So
well,
where
that's why
can
you
I
have an
find it?
accountant, right?
Mm.
So talk to
Call
your
you,
accountant.
call you. I
No,
say,
I
Julio,
mean,
all the
man,
things
just
set.
show up me and say, yo, all on all the things here, all on with that 20 grand, and we can't get it.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, the website crashed.
for
The
free money,
website
waste
crashed,
money.
right? and it was a good initiative. I commend them for that. May not be as much as I think it should have, but I commend them for that. And
I'll take it. Say a question here now from Ingrid, which love
yeah,
this question, Ingrid. Love it, love it. Persons that
mhm,
are doing the 9 to 5 that are also doing a side hustle. Because we talk about the side hustle a lot here.
mhm,
We said one
right,
income stream, close to no income stream. So people like Ingrid are follow the thing and they're
mhm,
implementing. So when I have a
mhm.
side hustle, do I have to pay tax on the side hustle? May I pay tax on the 9 to 5? Do I still have to pay tax for the side hustle to do it?
Yeah, well, the TAJ requires any revenue, additional revenue that is being supplemented in your 9 to 5 to be declared to the tax administration. Now, to be, for example, if you're doing a side hustle, I think that is worth your while. I think it's important to register a business, whether it is a trading as or a sole trader versus a LLC. It depends on the size and the gamut of the business.
Yeah,
I normally tell individuals, Keisha, and I may be, it depends on the type of business. Start with a sole trader. Sometimes it's good to creep, and as I said,
yeah,
when you're going into this business and you're starting as a sole trader, depending on the size of the business, find a tax professional to understand how to set it up, an accountant to understand how to set it up going forward. Because as you grow, because we in this to make money, right, Keisha? So as we grow,
yeah.
we know how to move from a sole trader to a limited liability
It a go
company.
grow. Yeah.
Because we're not
So my
here
thing,
growing.
but real talk,
Go
Julio.
ahead.
If me I make 20,000 a month on the little side also, do I really need to go declare, file tax, go register sole trader, all kind of for the little 20,000? Or do I wait? Is there a number where you say, all right,
Hmm.
you start looking real now, time for go register something, time for go call up Julio? Oh, what number would that be?
You know, I'm not going to limit because of the professional.
Right.
I'm not
And
going to
I know,
limit the
you're
amount.
gonna bring in now my
What what what
ethics.
what, what I'm going to say though, right, Keisha? I have three words when it comes down to business. It is three simplest words that you ever hear: expenses, expenses, expenses. No, when you're doing your business, as you had said earlier, right? Legally preparing for the tax. You
Alan
need to
Esra said that,
legally,
Alan Esra said a part there. Yeah.
Lanestra, well, big up to Lanestra, legally apply those expenses to your business.
Mm.
Research and find out what expenses I can therefore put to my business to reduce that tax. Because you know what I found out? When persons are registered to the tax portal as sole traders and they begin their entrepreneurship journey, by the time they reach a certain size, it's so easy for them to understand what is going on.
Mm.
When they start small, I'm not going to tell a figure, but when they start small, right? No, I will say to you, boy, okay, over this amount, because the government of Jamaica says you're to declare any additional
The
revenue.
THA who is listening says, and we will
Right,
follow that. Yes.
right.
So
And we're
Ingrid,
going
the
to follow
answer
that.
is yes. You need to go file your tax.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do, you do. But when you're ready, right, when you're
Right.
ready,
Right.
it is important to understand that there are certain benefits also. So the government says that these expenses. So for example, they would say if you as a sole trader, if you have an office at home, what is this office space that you're using? You can add that as an expense.
Yeah.
They're reasonable to understand if you have a home office and you're working from home, you're going to need to
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
that
Run a bill. You
space.
must have run it from somewhere.
So as I say, so you have to be innovative in that respect of how you're going to be a part of that. You know what I mean? And
Actually, up to the minute, saying they send you email updates when you have your account. So I think it
yes,
starts then
that's very
with
true. They do.
registering the business because how you get the TAJ
Hmm.
account is you register for pay
No,
tax.
Well, how you get the TAJ account is it depends on what you're doing. For a business, once you register a company with the company's office, normally a ledger is open with you at the TAJ. So by the time you go to the TAJ to
They,
register, you
they
see
might
your
expect
information.
you.
Oh, yeah, man, they're expecting you with open arms. They're expecting you. So let's say you register a business 2 years ago. When you go on the tax portal to register now after 2 years, you will see that register being opened 2 years ago.
Boy, them people are panic, man. They
Yeah,
panic.
yeah. So they're expecting you, and they want to make it easy for you to go on and pay and go on and whatever. But as I said to you as individuals, and as business people, it's very important to know your numbers in order to understand how to approach your taxes.
But my
Right?
thing, and you say, Roger coming in, what about farming? You have already say a farm too? Or
Roger, if first of all, as a farmer, right? If you're making a certain amount of money and you're writing receipts to certain companies and those companies file their taxes and your name keeps on popping up and you're making
Ding
tens of
ding,
millions of
Roger
dollars,
Farm, Roger Farm,
Roger,
Roger Farm.
yeah,
Right?
Roger,
That's what
they're going
happened
to
when I
find
go for
you.
the doctors because they're at
Correct.
these private offices where it a pop up.
Yes, yes, it's popping up. So they're going to find you, Roger. So what I would say, as I said, what it depends on the level you're at, then you can go in because, of course, as I said, they expect you with any additional income.
They expect
But
you. So you
but the reality is that you're going to take a little time, and once you reach to that point, you're going to always we are all on the process, right, Keisha? We're not avoiding anything. We're going to
no,
be
nobody not avoid
fine
nothing
on
at
our
all.
way.
But
Right, right.
so Patricia's question about explaining this tax refund credit, the $20,000. What is it?
Right.
And I think Patricia also, all right, generally people want to know what is it and how do I
Mm-hmm.
get it?
Well, all right. So the income tax refund of the $20,000. All right. So the government, in their divine intervention, wants us to understand that. Boy, if there was a if there's a if with the changes of that 1.5 that went up and you weren't able to and you were no longer part of the under the threshold, right? You are now able to now claim for that extra money. Well, they put it at a fixed rate.
Yeah.
But it is a little tedious, but let's say that you were at a certain rate below the 1.5, right? And then when they made the changes, you were basically above the 1.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the changes in the tax credit, you can now offer, you can go on and say to them, say, boy, all right, with these changes, I wasn't able to take advantage of the threshold. So because I wasn't able to take because of the changes the government made, I want back that $20,000, that fixed $20,000 instead of what I was due.
Oh.
So that fixed amount, right? That fixed amount that was is just basically something to give the populace for them to understand the changes that we
Just
made.
to appease
Yes,
them.
yes.
So, but I'll get it, because me take it.
All right, so you go
I
online, you
understand I'm
register,
appeased. How do I get it?
you register on the portal, you apply,
TAJ?
yeah, you TAJ, you fill in all the information, your TRM, your NIS, and you get a response whether yes or no. Some people got no, some people got yes.
So you're saying then just apply for the
Just
refund.
apply, just apply
You
for the
never
refund.
know.
You never know. As I say, so if your employers are contributing for you, and
Yeah, I know that.
yeah, so that is even an issue to us. Some employers, take that tax from you, but not necessarily contributed. So sometimes people would know also. When people know that, when you go
When
to
you
them,
know you get a yes, so you
yeah,
say, but wait there, but I think some employer did a file that, oh,
yes,
a
yes,
lot of
you
things
will know.
happening.
So that includes watching your money. You know what I mean?
You come back to
Ensuring
that.
that
You come back to it, you
watching
know.
your money, right? Because a lot of persons, in my experience, in my field, will know about that when they go and try to apply for the NHT benefit to get out. And when they go there and they realize what's taking place, they know they have to say, "Well, what is happening here?" And that also brings employers to tax court. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
it's
sometimes you're
all
saying something like that reach them, but for the refund, they say you have to be making less than 3 million a year.
mhm,
That's what Lanis was saying. That's how you get the refund. So I mean, for everyone on tonight watching,
but
look for your pay slip. If
them
you're
don't
under
want to get it
3 million,
too
go
intricate.
on from the TLJ sites, apply for your
Mhm.
money, right? This
Right.
20,000 could be invested, could be, used to build your wealth. Never ever
Mhm.
run from free money. Ever.
No, no,
Don't
don't.
quit and collect, right? There's no harm in doing it. You apply. If you
Right.
get a yes, thank God we'll move. If I know, all right, well, at least we'll try. But you'll never know
Right.
unless you apply. But I mean, if you're under the 3 mil, for sure. If you make 30 million, not for you,
Yeah.
this, right? I will
So,
we see from there. But I wanted
so
to touch on one last thing before we wrap up is
okay.
filing taxes versus paying tax. A lot of people think
Mhm.
when you file, that means say you have to pay. So me now go about to register my business because me no want have to pay tax. A lot of people don't understand that I can file nil. Me not have to pay nothing. So let's talk about that, especially for business owners. I want them to understand that it's not always a pay. And you make money if you pay the government. Make money, pay the government. There are rules, regulations, efficiency. That's why I love tax efficiency because you don't always end up paying. Sometimes,
Mhm.
in the rare cases, you can get a refund.
Mhm. Yes. So, how the TAJ system works is that when you file, right, you file what for the previous period and an estimation for the future. So what they'll say is that, all right, so you're gonna file for the previous period, right, and the estimation for the future. So let me give you an example. So we're in 2023.
Four
Four.
months.
We're in 2023. Hold on.
Oh,
We're
you're
in
giving. Okay,
2023. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And we filed for 2023, right? But then for the estimation, now in 2024, an estimation was done. So what they ask you to do, based on the estimation that was done, you will pay forward. And at the end of 2024, when you file for 24, the difference, we will net the difference of what was filed versus what was paid. So let's say you paid $100,000, and then at the end your filing says $75,000. There would be a net $25,000 on your account that is due to you, and then
Mm,
that's kept on your account and offset it going forward.
love that. But what happens if I'm running business and I have a loss?
Right. So when you're running business with a loss, you can carry half of the loss from one year to the other.
Love that.
So you can carry 50% of your loss into the next period, right?
Right. So that's the thing. We just start with business,
Mm-hmm.
now make no profit. We're in a
Right.
loss state. When we're
Right.
filing our taxes, we're not necessarily paying anything because we never make
All
no
right.
money. We never
All
make a
right.
profit.
All
The
right.
taxes are paid on the profit, right?
On the profit.
So don't be scared, people, to file. I'm saying that because people afraid them no want to file kind of thing, but I have to pay if you file. Not necessarily.
No, you don't have to. Because as I said, the estimation, right, is a projection of what you may have based upon your history. So based on your history, they will say, oh, based on this history, this is what you had gotten. And if you made a loss, you're not going to declare that you're going to make a
See?
profit immediately. Because if you're in the second year of your business, you won't make a normally, right? So
Right.
therefore, it's expected for you to know, say, all right, this is I won't make a habit, but I'm filing. And filing is compliance, right?
Yeah, it's not a
Right.
payment thing. It's
It's
me
not a
being
payment.
compliant with what's required of me
All
in
right.
business.
So also, and here's the caveat. So if you don't even pick up a cent for the year. If you don't do any business at all, you are expected to file a nil return.
Nil, yeah. So
Yes.
I know some people them register the business, them never really do nothing with the business
Mhm.
other than just register and get the name.
Correct.
So they
Mhm.
file nil. Have no
Correct.
revenue, no profit,
Mhm.
no tax. So the
Correct.
filing is really compliance, as you say.
Right.
That's
You
all.
cannot,
Nothing to
you
be scared
cannot,
of.
nothing to be scared of. And you cannot file a nil return when you make a revenue or
Yeah.
when you pay expenses.
Yeah, right. Right.
You cannot file a nil return.
You're going right. So
Yes.
this is the
You
discussion
cannot
I
declare
love
that you had
having
a
with accountants.
zero
And they're gonna give me,
revenue.
you might give me all of the rule them. I'm gonna say,
Mm.
but I ask a question. I must say, yeah, but see my come now.
No,
Yes,
you
what
can't.
if you make any? So if
If
I make
you
no money,
if you make no money and you had no expenses, you file nil. If you make no money and you had expenses, you still file. You file the expenses, you file the loss.
but you're gonna have a loss, which means I
But
have
you're gonna
nothing to
lose.
pay.
Correct.
Love that.
Correct.
Love
Correct.
So
So
you see,
yes.
where pick it up.
Mhm.
Persons want to reach out to you. Julio, thank you, Margaret Condon. Thank you.
Mhm.
So, and Augusta saying the ARCA gentleman seems to know a lot. How do I contact you? So we're gonna just bring that up on screen. Producer, run the contact information for ARCA, please. Persons can reach out to you to continue these conversations, right? Now, knowing your numbers critical to protect it. Very important to know your numbers to grow it, which that's my part, that's my favorite, right? You need to know your numbers and you need to understand it, master it. You have to know the game to
Correct.
play it well and to play it so you can build well. So I'm very happy for this discussion. Julio, thank you so much for being on tonight. You shared a lot of gems. It's true to your profession, we have to draw out some of the information. True to, the accounting profession. We have another accounting firm coming on. I'm going to draw out a whole other side of the discussion as well because we want to know the real thing. We
Definitely.
want to know how it really set up. So, I love this discussion because see, Marsha coming with a question. I just want to take this one before she ends. Isn't there a threshold before being eligible to pay? And anything under that would be nil. So see Marsha hit you with some tax regulations here.
Well, the only threshold we're probably talking about is the GCT threshold. Is it the GCT threshold, Marsha, you're talking the 10 million? Where if you have revenue over 10 million, you have to pay GCT. So you have to
Oh.
be charging your clients, your customers, whomever GCT once you have revenue over 10 million. Then you will have to pay GCT, which is different from income tax. So
Ah.
GCT, general consumption tax, is, as we know, 15% on any service or income, service or product that the business generates over $10 million for the financial year or calendar year. Then you will have to charge your clients thereafter GCT and then pay that said GCT to the government. But the greatest thing is that that GCT that you pay to the government can be netted with the GCT of the expenses that you have.
Love
So
that part.
you can offset it that
Reduce
versus.
how much I have to pay.
Right.
That's it.
It does.
Love that.
It does.
The tax efficiency. Tax
Yes.
efficient. Love it. So it makes sense, we're in business to make money, to grow our
Mhm.
wealth. We have to play the rules of the game, we have to play by the rules.
Definitely.
So we're gonna do it, but we
Definitely.
get expert guidance along the way as we're playing, right? We have a
Mhm.
coach who will tell you what to do, right? We're inside Profit Jumpstarter Academy learning. We tap into experts to learn. So we play the game for win. That's how it
Right.
goes. Right?
Definitely.
We don't sit on the sidelines and complain, say everything rigged and nothing now work for me and the system bad mind. We don't want that. We're gonna know the
But
rules.
As you say,
Notice what
Keisha,
I'm
we
doing.
in the
Huh?
information age, Keisha, we in the information age. So
I
we
think
need
that is
as much information ourselves in order to do it, as you
I
said
am
earlier.
I'm all on it. A beer data may run. And you guys are gonna hear me talk about it a lot because I truly believe it's the future. And if I the future, I'm in it because the wealth of a bill. Right?
Definitely.
So Roger is asking, so can you file for tax return? Yeah, I'm guessing he's asking if you can file for tax return. Yes, you can. That's what you do as an accountant, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
file for persons.
Yes, yes, man, definitely.
Yes.
That's what we do.
All right.
Even
Nice.
we even do it in the US as well. So
What's
that is
here?
also
What's
big.
here? So for your international viewers, US tax law is a whole
Yes.
IRS.
So
You think
for
you get
example,
to play the
so another gem,
IRS. Look here.
Keisha, is that companies LLC that were registered before January 2025, the first of January 25,
Next year.
all have to register for the beneficial owners have to register before the end of this year. So you have 90 days to register your beneficial owner as an LLC in any state in the United States of America. And for January, for going forward, you have 30 days to register that beneficial person.
Oh,
Going forward, you have 30 days now. So I would tell persons, if you know anybody who have any US companies, listen, go and register the beneficial owners now, please, before the end of the year,
some people
because
don't even know where I talk about them. I've been
it's a
in.
hefty fine.
But I guess that's a conversation for off air,
Yes,
for
yes,
people
yes.
to say,
That's
hey,
fine. That's
you
fine.
say something about US company. My cousin, brother saying those
Yeah,
kind of discussion to go
definitely.
through, right? It's about
Mhm.
building wealth. It's about being wise, right? Knowing the rules so you can win. So you go, right?
Yeah,
We give you the answers to the test on Money Classroom. We give you the answer to the test. So you must get through. You just
yes,
have to implement where you learn, right? It's not about coming, you're here and you say, yeah, man, I'm talk about tax. Yeah, all right, yeah, man, cool. It's about, all right, let me reflect on my personal financial situation and what I need to go do now to get to that next level. That's what it's about. So thank you
definitely.
so much, Julia, for being on tonight. This was
Thank you for having
amazing.
me.
Love the discussion. We'll bring it back in another time again. I will continue. So
Sure.
thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your viewers. I appreciate the questions. Appreciate the big ups. You know, what I mean, you're doing well. Keisha the teacher. Whoa.
Keisha,
And I'm
teacher,
Ahule is officially the prefect now, so I'm
the
a prefect for
prefect,
this class.
the
Yeah,
prefect
so
in the
and
money
your
classroom.
persons in your class are prefects too. So yeah, it's time to call them the prefects as
A true, we need to do it some prefect badge. A true. Christmas I
Ah,
come, need to do up some nice prefect badge and then call them and
nice.
say, prefect,
See
come
there?
on. True, good idea. I love it. Love it.
All right.
Thank you. All right,
Yeah, man.
nice.
Cool. All right.
All
Bye.
right.
Yeah, man. Bye. Cool.
Guys, look at that. Tax, knowing your money, understanding your numbers. I saw the thing set up, right? We have to understand our numbers to protect our money, to grow our money, to build wealth. That's how it's set up. So we have to, right? It's about knowing the rules of the game and playing to win. That's what it is. So we did something really cool this week. All the time, I have a lot of persons who ask questions, whether on YouTube, Instagram, them sliding at the DMs. They have questions to ask about their money. And I wanted to answer a couple of them tonight. And I also wanted to invite you guys that in the future, you can send your questions to us, to the Profit Jumpstarter team, and we will answer them right here live on Money Classroom because I don't want anybody to be left behind. I don't want you to stumble and say, boy, I hope somebody could have tell me this. I'm kind of never tell me, but make the wrong move. And so we're going to be opening up a question line. I hope you guys like that. Tell me what you think. We're going to be opening up a question line so you can directly send your questions to the Profit Jumpstarter team, and then I will answer them here on Money Classroom for you. If you like it, drop it in our chat. Let me know, like, yeah, Keisha, I love that, because we want to make sure you get all the information you need to build wealth. We don't want nobody in the dark. We don't want nobody if you guess and spell, because again, we're in the data age and knowledge is power. Information is key. You need to have information to make smarter decisions. So I'm gonna bring up a few questions, couple questions that I saw on Instagram that I said, this would be good for discussing and have actual discussion about that so people can, make some money. 'Cause that's what we're about. So Christine likes it. She said, good idea. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. We want to make sure, and I say, anything on your mind, you'll see it come out. For those who are on our mailing list, we're gonna start letting you know, drop in your questions from Money Classroom so we can answer them right here live just for you. So first question that came in was from Stacy. I saw this on Instagram, and Stacy said, what strategies do you recommend for growing your investments while ensuring you have liquidity? Great question, very well thought out. So when I started, I was like, we can still say a thing true. So the thing is, when you're growing your investments, you need to look for growth strategies. What are the types of investment that are growth focused? And that's where you're going to put your money. Now, to make sure that you have liquidity, emergency fund, that's what does that. So you need to have your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses put down. That's your liquidity. But also you need growth investments, and you need to be putting your funds into that every month. So remember, we talk about 50, 30, 20. The 20% is your saving and investing. The 20% is going to now be split between your growth investments and building out your emergency fund, which is what will give you the liquidity. So I hope that helps, Stacey. That's how that goes. I hope you can use that, implement it, build wealth, because that's really what we want for you. So thank you for that question, Stacey. Another question we had from Akeelia is, what is considered a favorable interest rate for mortgage? So Akeelia probably thinking about buying her first home, and she's shopping around for mortgages, wondering, all right, what keep? What the best mortgage rate out there? How can I find it? Now, we noticed the BOJ is reducing interest rates. They've done it twice now. So with each cut in interest rates on the BOJ, it means that the banks will be following suit. They're going to be reducing their mortgage rates. They have to follow. Interest rates coming down, the BOJ sets the tone in the country. When them say, so you go. If they say rates are coming down, the banks will follow. They may not follow right away, but they will eventually follow. So Akeelia, as you're thinking about your mortgage interest rate, shop around. And don't be ashamed for calling banks and say, look here, I know the BOJ is cutting interest rates. So I know, become a Watch Money Classroom, that your mortgage rate should be coming down. So tell me what's out there. We want something competitive. Right now, we shouldn't have any double digit, not 10, 12%, because interest rates coming down. So you're looking for, 8, 9% in that range for your mortgage. And the way to get the best rate is to shop around. Call the banks and ask them, what are your rates right now? They'll tell you. Are you planning to reduce them? They will answer you. You shop around, you pick the best deal for you, because your money, nobody's coming to save you. So shop around, get the best rates. That's what you need to do. I see Christine jumping in on it. Them take too long to reduce the rates. Yes, they do, Christine. They take a while, but it's part of their strategy. The bank, they're not gonna just drop it the same time that the BOJ cuts rates, because the banks have their internal strategy. So it will come down, though. It will, for sure. But we as investors, our money, we have to watch it like a hawk. So we are supposed to be calling our own. That's an important point too for those who have mortgages. You should be watching too, not just persons thinking about buying a home, but for those persons who have a mortgage, call around too and say, hey, Wagwan, shouldn't the rates be coming down? I see the BOJ cutting rates. What you are do? Oh, we're not quite ready to cut rates. Okay, when do you anticipate that happening so I can call you back and renegotiate my mortgage? That's what we want to do, right? Because it's our money. Nobody's coming to save us. So, all right. So those two questions came in. There are some more. If you are going to be dropping your questions for future episodes, this is what you do. You email us at admin@Profit Jumpstart, and you say, hey, Money Classroom question. It comes. I get it. We bring it up. We answer it. You get your answer. Anything on your mind related to your finances, send it in. Admin@Profit Jumpstarter. We'll answer your questions live here on the episodes. So Can't say nobody no did if to tell you what to do. You can't say I don't have anybody to explain this to me because I am here. And we're making sure that with Money Classroom, all your questions get answered. We're making sure that you have no obstacle, no hurdle in your way along wealth creation. You know, you're on a nice, smooth road and you just drive, drive, drive. Oh, obstacle, boops, bops it out because I can come to Money Classroom and ask my question and get it answered. So also tell your friends, maybe you know somebody who have a question and say, hey, let me send it over here to Money Classroom for you so you can get the answer you need. That's what we want to do to make sure that's there. So there you have it. That was it for tonight. We talk about mastering your numbers. We'll answer 2 questions to make sure that our money people know what they need to do in their current situation and they can get to that next level. Also, I want you to make sure whatever you learn tonight, go and implement it. Also, if you're thinking that I need more of this, join the Profit Jumpstarter newsletter. Subscribe to our newsletter so you can stay connected to everything that we have going on with Profit Jumpstarter. And you also can get tips and strategies around your finances. That's also where you can just reply with your question for Money Classroom. So don't feel that is you alone out there tugging it out by yourself. You can be a part of our money community as well. So subscribe to our newsletter. All right, all right, all right, all right. I always say this, knowledge is nothing without execution. Another one I like, action takers are money makers. Make sure you implement what you learned this week. We'll see you again next week for Money Classrooms. Have a profitable week, everyone. Until next time, bye.